Rolling.
Oh yeah, one pre-roll today. It's from Helix. You should never have to compromise on comfort. Helix has mattresses with cooling technology that helps regulate your body temperature, whatever the season. By supporting Helix, you're supporting us. Go purchase your Helix. Thank me later for your best night's sleep. Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/JRVP. helixsleep.com/JRVP. This is their best offer yet. It will not last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. That one pre-roll, luscious. Not as juicy as Flo Rida. Body surfing with the baby. The perils of kissing your turtle. And a reader that questions the very premise that emails are a thing. All coming up in episode 218 of the Jeselnik and Rosenthal Vanity Project.
JRVP.
Junior Vice President.
Glory be and praise to God. I didn't do any of this. God did. I didn't have a recipe or a blueprint. I prayed for it, and my prayers are continuing to be answered.
Starting the show with some scripture. What the hell was that?
I don't know. I was looking up quotes last night, looking up some quotes to get to for this, and somehow found myself on a page of Queen Latifah quotes. And they were all very, because it was like, there's no way you'd ever think, oh, Queen Latifah said this. It was like, I believe she said this, but it was never, none of it was notable for Queen Latifah to say. And then in the corner, I just see quotes from Kevin Gates. And I was like, yeah, let's see what Kevin Gates has to say. And that was it. Glory be and praise to God. I didn't do any of this. God did. I didn't have a recipe or a blueprint. I prayed for it, and my prayers are continuing to be answered. Kevin Gates said that. Someone wrote it down and put it on the internet.
I think we should start every show with either Queen Latifah or Kevin Gates.
I didn't do any of this.
Pardon my ignorance, but who is Kevin Gates?
Kevin Gates is a rapper.
Okay.
I think that's my attitude in life. I'm very grateful for where I am, of being such a legend, to be on such a legendary show as the Jeselnik and Rosenthal Vanity Project.
JRVP.
Junior Vice President.
I didn't do any of this. I didn't do it.
You did that mustache this week. How about this?
Listen, people, we talked about years ago when I got the mustache, and I think the plan was to keep the mustache and keep it going. And that backfired. Nobody liked to keep the mustache, but what we realized is that as the mustache grows in, it looks so sexy. Aaron, how does this look? I got this cut on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, this is 4 days growth. How does my face look?
It's good.
How does it look, though?
Sexy.
So sexy.
So
sexy. Thank you. Like, there's something about leaving a little mustache up there and then letting this just kind of start to stubble in. It stubbles in a sexy way. Okay?
It looks better than it did Sunday. I saw you Sunday. We can get to that, but
I didn't look bad on Sunday.
No, but
you keep saying it like that, like, oh, you look better now. I look good. I look sexier.
But the mustache was so front and center. It was just like fresh mustache, and it was more of an adjustment. This just, the sex is dripping off of you.
But it was still sexy. Your kids were like, Anthony, thank you for the presents you gave us. You look sexy, and I appreciated that. They did like the gifts. They were excited to get gifts.
Yeah.
They smiled at the idea of getting gifts and then saw the gifts and were like, okay.
No, they were really excited about the
They were
gifts.
happy.
Walker jumped around and stuff.
They're happy to get things. You
got them some Shohei Ohtani shirts.
I got some high fives. I got maybe a tiny bit of a hug. It was fun. I enjoyed seeing the kids. I enjoyed seeing the new house. Finally got them some room. I didn't realize how cruel the first house was. You know, when you see someone's house and you're like, oh, this is normal, this is how families live, and they move into a real house and you're like, oh, I can't believe you put your family through that for so long in the old house. It's cool to see. It's cool to see Greg stepping up as a father and a husband and a man and providing for his kids 30% more than he had been before.
I mean, Ellis lived in that first house for from years 2 to 10. So I hope it wasn't that bad.
I wouldn't say she was living in the house. Surviving that house making it through the house. Hopefully not keeping a diary or you're in trouble.
She's definitely keeping a diary. She's typing up stuff. It's all sorts of things going on. But yes, life is much better without a Vaughn's parking lot right outside your window with lots of fights going on in it.
Mm-hmm. You don't have that anymore?
No.
No more of that. It was nice. I did enjoy it. I find every time I hang out with Greg's kids, I find it to be the most exhausting thing that's ever happened to me. It is as if... it's as if the moisture gets sucked out of the room and I am just so tired all of a sudden. And it's not like they run me around. It's not like they do anything.
Well, it was hot and we took a long walk to get frozen yogurt.
As soon as I get around the kids, it's like energy drops. And like hydration plummets. Aaron, back me up on this.
Yeah.
Being around kids, it takes the life out of you. Yep. Not in a bad way.
Well, aren't you just more impressed with everything that I am able to accomplish and the energy I bring to this podcast now?
You learn to operate at a diminished level. You just learn to do that. You're like, oh, okay, I don't need to sleep or function or have hydration.
You came in sounding pretty tired today, I
haven't been sleeping that well.
Still tired from them?
I don't know if it's because Liz has been gone. I get to sleep late and I wake up super early and I'm just like, okay, fuck it, let's go. Let's read a little bit of a book. Let's go to the gym. And soon I will try to take a nap. I've been cleaning up my place a little bit, getting rid of a bunch of things while Liz is gone. Because Liz will be like, oh, we need to clean up. I don't want to get rid of this. I don't want to get rid of that. And when she left, I got rid of a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, shit.
She's going to get mad about things I got rid of.
Like what?
Like pictures of her and her family from when she was young.
Stop.
People who aren't with her anymore, who aren't around. That you can't.
What did you really get rid of? It's your stuff, right?
It's a lot of my stuff. I just got rid of a lot of clothing, a lot of books.
Really?
Yeah, just like I just had too much. I got to get rid of stuff. I got to donate. Let's donate. These shoes. Let's.
What
donate
if I wanted
shoes.
one of the one of those books?
You can't fit. You can't fit in it. The book's too big for you. Books are too big. Hey, speaking of books, Aaron.
Yeah.
You know a movie I saw this weekend?
Based on a book?
Technically. I saw The Flash. Did you see The Flash?
No.
You haven't seen The Flash yet?
No.
I would not pay to see The Flash, but as soon as it was on Max, as soon as it would hit Max, Discovery Max, as soon as it was on Max for free, I watched it. And oh my God, it's bad. It's bad front to back. I don't know why they thought it was ever going to be anything but bad. What's his face? The kid. The they kid. Who am I talking about?
Ezra Miller?
Ezra Miller.
There you go, yeah.
Ezra Miller is so annoying. I'm sure he's good in the movie, but the character is so annoying, and there's two of them.
What do you mean you're sure he's good in the movie? You saw the movie.
I'm sure he's a good actor. Like
you said to me on Sunday he ruined the movie.
Yes, because he's annoying. You can be giving a great performance and still be like unwatchable.
It's like my performance on this podcast. It's my role.
I didn't like the girl Superman, and I'm not saying it's woke. I'm just saying I don't know who that is. I don't know who it is. They introduce her, and she's doing Superman stuff, but again, I don't know who that is.
No, I don't know.
And then I don't know what happens at the end. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they get defeated or if they don't get defeated.
Is it Jenkins?
It's close to Jenkins, but it's a terrible movie, and I don't know what they're thinking. And I root for superhero movies to come back, but The Flash was so bad. And I did watch, based on your recommendation, Aaron, I watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I liked it. I would say it's the first one I've liked since Endgame.
Yeah.
Because Logan came out before Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. First one. And hey, Aaron, Deadpool, do you like it?
I do.
How much? Scale 1 to 10.
Oh, they're solid 8s.
They're not going to hold up well. I'm excited for part 3.
Probably not.
But it's going to be it's the Shrek of the superhero universe.
I mean, what superhero movies really hold up that well?
Plenty. Winter Soldier holds up as a movie, and forget
How's
superhero.
the original Batman's doing?
They're still great.
Yeah.
Original Batman Returns holds up great.
Yep.
Okay.
Dolph Lundgren Punisher holds up as if it was made today.
I contend that's a good movie. It just has really terrible music in it.
All they had to do was give Dolph Lundgren the Punisher costume, and it would have been cool.
Yeah.
They didn't do that for some reason. They couldn't afford the skull. It made me mad as a kid.
Well, now it means something completely different, which is annoying.
I've been singing a song, guys, and I want to see if this catches on. I've been like kind of just singing a song to myself, and Greg knows from the days of living with me that I will come up with a song.
Yeah.
And I will get obsessed with it.
I do the same.
And Liz is finally like, Liz snaps. This is like a week or so ago. I was like, what are you singing? What is this? What's your stupid little song that you're singing over and over again? And I start to sing it. I just have a chorus. And Liz is, let's say, disgusted, 110% on board, would follow me on the road if I thought of ways to make it into a real song. Aaron, you know musicians.
I do.
I'm gonna sing you guys a little something, and then let's try to put a band together. Let's try to get the best person for each instrument, and then get them in the room, and then make some fucking music, and make $1 billion on streaming. Does that sound good, guys?
I think it's a plan.
Does that sound like a fucking move? All right. So just picture it. I don't know what the other lyrics are, but these are the lyrics that I've come up with. Okay? So if you're watching on YouTube right now, close your eyes. If you're listening, keep doing what you're doing. If you're in the studio, look at me. Okay. All right. There's a hole in my dick. There's a hole in my dick. There's a hole in my dick from where God tried to suck out the poison. Don't you think that if you base a song around that, that's the heart of the song.
Yeah.
Everything else revolves around that. You're going to make millions of dollars streaming that song.
Billions.
Rich Men of North Richmond? Is that the thing? Aaron?
That was the thing.
What's the
The rich, yeah, you got it.
Rich Men of North Richmond?
I have no idea what that is.
You know,
I know.
Aaron.
Come on.
Aaron, it looks like you. It looks like you
He's
singing
gone
songs.
woke.
What?
Aaron, did you go woke?
It's
No.
it looks like you. It's just a regular Joe.
It's
Anyways,
a guy with a beard singing a song in what appears to be a junkyard.
Let's hear your song again.
There's a hole in my dick. Da-na. There's a hole in my dick. Da-na. There's a hole in my dick from where God tried to suck out the poison. It's a banger.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, we get a guitar.
Sure.
We get a drum.
Yep.
Drum. Yeah.
We
Maybe
get-
more than one. Yeah.
We get a bass.
Yep.
We get ourselves a keyboard. And we are going to make millions of dollars streaming.
Now, what is I think Aaron seems like the drummer or the roadie. Who am I? Am I in the band? Am I like the Brian Epstein? Is that his name?
You're the Brian Epstein.
Okay. Yeah.
You're Brian Epstein for sure. I would think you are. I'd like to see you either behind the keyboard
Oh, okay. Good.
or holding a bass. We're not really sure what to do with the bass.
I was unlike you and I don't know, maybe Aaron as well. I was in a band in high school.
We are where?
Delaware.
They were called Delaware?
We were called Delaware. Yes.
Why Delaware?
It was lowercase. Just it was our name.
You know,
It was just kind of like it's the forgotten state. It was little. It's like a good indie. I think it's a good indie rock band name, Delaware.
I think you know what would be an even better one. I think we should call ourselves Hellaware.
I thought you were gonna call it "Hole in My Dick."
No,
it's cool when the band has a song with their band name in it. I think Journey did that.
Journey, Bon Jovi.
Bad Company famously has a song.
Or maybe
called Bad Company.
maybe that was who I was thinking of. I forget.
It's a good song. And listen,
Yeah.
when I put out a call to tattoo artists who listen to the podcast, one guy got in touch. No one picked up the stick on that one. If you are a musician and you know how to put songs together, if you're given the heart of a song and you're able to build the body around the heart of the song and then bring that back to us so we can insert the soul into the song and make it a hit, the kind of thing that makes millions on streaming, get at me. Let's put it together. We know the pieces that we need, right?
Epstein's got all the stuff outside the studio.
Johnny Epstein's got the things we need to bring in. We have what we need inside. What we need are the 5 things. We need a guitar.
Yep.
We need a drum.
Yeah.
We need a bass. We need a keyboard. And I'm going to need a scarf to tie around the mic stand. I'm gonna need it. And then who knows? Maybe Tony Rockstar and the Rockstars, we go on tour. Maybe we go on tour. But that's a good song. I'm not going to hear you. If you listen, Greg, if you buy tickets to see me do a show,
Sure.
and you're like, hey, that was funny, I didn't like all the jokes. Hey, that's fine. You bought a ticket. You're allowed to have your opinion. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you buy a ticket to hear Tony Rockstar and the Rockstars, and you hear that song, you hear that chorus, and you stand up on your chair and you say, hey, I don't like this song, you're wrong. And you're gonna be ejected from the premises and killed.
I mean, the audience will probably do it for you. The Tony Rockstar and the Rockstars audience, they don't mess around. They'll just swallow that person up and they won't leave.
There's gonna be a hole in your head from where I tried to put in the poison. That's like a little Johnny Cash, Reno situation. And now it's time for. But seriously though, The Flash was so bad.
Not even Michael Keaton was good.
You feel bad for Michael Keaton. You're like, I love you, Michael Keaton. I wish you didn't have to do this. I wish they didn't make you do this, Michael Keaton. Stop running backwards to try to make time go backwards.
Yeah.
We're sick of it. I wanted Zod to win. Anyway, now it's time for Did We Get Any Notes?
Did we get any notes? Notes. Did we get any notes? Notes. Did we get any notes?
Last week I talked about how sponsors have been bailing on us. Like rats off a sinking ship. Like, hey, we don't want to give you money anymore. You're on your own now. Jeselnik Rosenthal Vanity Project.
JRVP.
Junior Vice President.
And I brought it up on the show last week, and Aaron was saying, hey, no, it's an industry thing, a podcast. Everyone's down. Everyone's losing sponsors. I'm on the inside. I know for a fact. Rebecca, our friend up top, I'd say our guardian angel here at All Things Comedy, the only thing standing between us and Billy at times, wrote us a nice email. I don't know if you saw it.
I did, of course.
And
Yeah.
she
I
was
responded,
like,
but
hey.
I just took you off of it for some reason.
Yeah. She was like, hey, guys, just wanted to say it's 100% personal. Anthony has cost us so much money.
It's not true.
Anthony had, Bill's pockets are empty. Bill and his wife are thinking about breaking up. Aaron, should I have not said that on the podcast?
Probably not.
That they're thinking about splitting because of money? Because of money issues?
I'd like to say it was more because of you.
Okay, go back and bleep out the Bill and his wife are thinking about getting divorced because of money, and the money issues are based on me.
Okay.
Go back at the end and do it. But I was like, hey, Rebecca, I can't tell if you. It's hard to read sarcasm over email sometimes.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you joking or am I in trouble?
Right.
Should I be considering another line of work? And she wrote back, just, I swear to God, a picture of a butthole. I'm going to say, I'm not going to HR. I don't think it was hers, but it was a butthole and that was it.
No, it looked, to me, a father of two, it looked like a little boy's butthole, which was a strange choice, I thought.
See, I would have known immediately. I know what to look for. Unless she did she just flipped it in a reflection. So the marks are on the other side. Listen, all things comedy is computer labs. They can do anything.
I don't even understand that. I can't believe though it's an annual thing when Billy and the missus go over the financials for the year, and when he got to the JRVP ad money section, the pillar which their marriage is built, that just it wasn't stacking up like it used to be.
He's like, geez, you guys couldn't. Hey, you couldn't just sell Stitch Fix so I could have a happy family. Couldn't do that for me. God, I was like, God damn, Bill. God damn. We just signed up for another year, Bill. Let's make it fun. Let's make it fun. And let your wife be a guest on our podcast. We ask you all the time. And you say she's busy. And that was. Did we get any notes?
Did we get any notes? Notes. Did we get any notes? Notes. Did we get any notes?
Now it's time to take it down to a place that we can all just relax and be ourselves. It's Email Corner.
Email corner. Emails are a thing. Email corner. Emails. It's email corner.
Guys, emails are a thing. They've been a thing since the invention of email. I was there. I remember that day. The days before were dark, and they were not worth living in. We got 3. I made Greg choose them this week. Greg, I don't remember what they are. Throw them at me. Hit me. Give it to me.
Yeah, you can email us at jrvpjunior, vice president at gmail.com. And our mailbag episode that you guys helped us out with is going to air next week. And you can stop sending the mailbag episodes, but that doesn't mean to turn down the volume on the quality of emails you're getting, because we're going to have another mailbag episode probably in a couple months in November. But for now, keep those email coming. JRVP Junior Vice President at gmail.com. First one's from Yolanda. She asks, hey guys, this is a question for Anthony. As someone who has received praise for his looks his whole life, how would you handle suddenly not feeling and looking so great? I'm 6 months post-op from nose surgery, and even though I know it's just swelling, it's going to take a couple years to subside, I'm having a hard time dealing with the change. Thanks in advance. Love you tons.
This is great. Great question. I love this. It's going to be tough. Noses are tough. I remember an episode of a show called Nip Tuck. I watched the first part of the first season. 2 identical twins, beautiful young blonde girls, went in to get surgery. One got bigger boobs, one got a nose job. And one who got a nose job freaks out that she's ugly now. She doesn't look like her twin anymore. And the girl with boobs is like, hee hee. You're like, yeah, don't do that. If you're going to change something, change your boobs. Not your face, it's going to be weird. They have psychological things to like because it's going to be weird. Having a nose go up like that, I've always wanted to lose an eye. A scar down my face, eyes missing, I'm wearing an eye patch. I'm looking cool as fuck, okay? Noses are tough.
I don't think this was a choice necessarily.
No, it seems like a surgery thing, like something's happening, you're dealing with it.
Yeah.
I would say go full recluse. You want to go full Street Fighter Vega. You're going to want to cover it up, have like a mask, whether it is like a little scarf that goes around your face that covers your nose a little bit, add some mystery. You can still see the eyes. You can see the pain in the eyes from how ugly you are, but you don't see the nose. Listen, the swelling's going to go down. You're going to be fine. In the meantime, cover it up. And if something happens where the cover gets taken off and your face is exposed to the world, you are going to 100% have to lose your shit. You're going to want to have to throw a fit hardcore like it's the last day on Earth. And this is the worst thing that's ever happened to you. It's an Elephant Man. It's a bit of a Phantom of the Opera. It's your opportunity. It's your time to shine. Go with God. Cover it up.
What did any of that mean? That didn't make any sense. What are you talking about?
Embrace it. Listen, you're going to feel weird about your big nose while it's healing. Cover it up.
Yeah.
Cover it up in some mysterious way. And if someone takes it off, let's say you're playing kickball, okay? Let's say you're running too fast through the grocery store, through the cereal aisle. Your bandage gets stuck on a box of kicks. Bandage comes flying off. What are you going to do? Aaron, what are you going to do if your bandage comes off in a grocery store?
You're gonna run out screaming.
You're gonna fucking lose it.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking lose it. You're gonna demand.
I think you're
gonna
missing.
demand the footage from the cameras. You're gonna act like it's the worst thing in the world that you have been seen by the human eye, without your disguise on.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. You're gonna enjoy it. I wish my nose was fucked up too, so I could do that.
Usually you don't miss. Usually Anthony totally on target, 100% shooting those free throws. When it comes to the email corner, I feel like you just clanged one.
Who are you to judge?
You
I
clanged
nailed
one.
this.
I think this you're showing, and I think Yolanda, it's coming. She didn't say as much, but I think we know based on the question. Like Yolanda is used to a life of privilege, as a very attractive person. You're used to that too, and she's looking for some sort of help, and you can't even imagine it because you don't even know how easy your life has been as an attractive person. Yolanda doesn't know. That's why she's struggling with it right now. I can tell you, as a man who's 5'5", it's fine. It's fine. Like it may have a much more handsome, more famous co-host on my podcast. You got to work a little harder, Yolanda. People aren't just gonna love you for your looks anymore. You got to be a little funnier. You got to be a little scrappier. You got to work a little harder to make up for that nose until the swelling goes down. That's just how it is. It's like a sliding scale. Do you know how much harder people that are 5'5", 5'6" have to work? You know how like the taller you are, you make more money? I have to work that much harder. Now, if you have a big swollen nose, yeah, you're in trouble. You got to work harder.
Aaron, whose advice was better?
I have some advice. If all else fails, do sound and video on a podcast with a handsome person and his little friend.
Yeah, there you go.
His little friend.
That's true. I mean, Aaron does get to rely on his great pipes, and you never see him. He's just a mystery man behind the scenes. All right, our next question is Ross. It's from Ross. Ross asks about a recent study, and I saw this one too, that 50 to 70% of people do not have an inner monologue, meaning that they don't have a nonstop flow of words going through their head, narrating their life, pondering, analyzing things they experience. As someone who definitely has an inner monologue, I find it very hard to imagine otherwise. I've been fascinated by this idea, been asking everyone I know where they stand. How does Team JRVP feel about this, inner monologues or no? Is this the difference between smart people and dumb people? Is this the difference between creative types and non-creative types? Is one more likely to be happy than the other? It seems like you would need to have the inner monologue to be a comedian. Any thoughts would be appreciated. Ross.
I don't think it really means that much. I think some people have it, some people don't. I don't think I have it. I mean, I can get it.
Wait,
I
really?
can have an inner monologue if I want to, but it's like self-imposed. I don't just automatically have it.
Damn.
You automatically have an inner monologue running
oh my God,
at all
yeah,
times.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound bad or good, and it does sound creative in a way that, like, if I'm trying to think creatively, I can do an inner monologue, but it's not. It's almost like unpleasant for me to have an inner monologue running.
Wow.
Yeah, Aaron, inner monologue, yes or no?
I don't think it's constant, but I probably talk to myself out loud more than the average person.
I'll talk to myself, especially like with the dog. I talk to the dog a lot in a way that I'm talking, but it's not an inner monologue like, oh, I'm doing the podcast right now. I'm getting up. I'm going to the bathroom. Like I don't do.
I'm shocked by this because to me, my first instinct was, yes, it's the difference between smart people and dumb people. That if you're just walking through life and it's just fucking crickets up there, you got a big dummy. You're a big
crickets.
blockhead. But now I'm faced with the fact that you don't have this going on, and I mean it actually sounds kind of nice.
Well, here's I'm in the podcast right now. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
But like in my head, all I'm hearing is is that inner monologue? Does that mean I'm dumb? That's all I hear.
I think
it sounds like. Do you move your lips when you read?
No.
Yeah, you don't have to. So I can go through and be like thinking things and be considering things, but I'm not. It's not an inner monologue.
Now I'm not. Now one way I don't know if I consider myself dumb, but I wish I had this that I think a lot of people do and creative types do. It's like when I read a book, I don't see it in my head, and a lot of people do. I think maybe most people. I don't even know. That doesn't happen for me. So maybe I'm the type. that should be looking in the mirror. But it is a requirement if you're Jewish that you have the inner monologue. Like that's our thing. I mean, it never shuts the fuck up. It's always going.
That's neuroses. That's neuroses.
That's what I'm
different.
saying.
But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the man in the mirror. Like, I'm asking him to make a change. And no question, could a man any clearer? If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
Change.
Right, Aaron?
No.
That's right.
All right. Our last question is from Andrew. Anthony matter-of-factly states that emails are a thing every show.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to challenge this premise on
Please.
2 fronts. This is Andrew challenging it. A. Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. I know I exist. But Anthony could be a creation of the darkest part of my mind in the simulation. If we are in a simulation, then emails do not, in fact, exist. B. Even if we are in a simulation, emails are just digital zeros and ones that combine to create a code that humans have agreed to understand. Emails are a thing in the same way crypto is money. So I guess my question is, when are we getting a 15-minute movie review of The Sound of Freedom from Aaron?
Here's my problem. If we are living in a simulation, everything's computerized. How does that simulation get started? With
An email.
an email.
Yep.
So even your logic is flawed. For there to be a simulation, there had to be an email that kicked it off. Emails are a thing. Emails are eternal. Aaron, Sound of Freedom 15-minute review. Could you do that?
It's impossible. I've seen the whole thing
Yeah, I
several
know.
times.
It's impossible to try to watch Sound of Freedom and then turn it off. It's like eating a potato chip. Try to eat just one. You're going to fucking die.
I gotta know what happens to these kids.
You got to know what happens to all these kids. And you want to know what's been happening to the kids.
Right.
That way we know what's stopping happening to the kids.
Yep.
No, if
'Cause
you
when it's
pop,
kids
you can't
involved,
stop.
That's right. When you find out what's happening to kids, you got to find out more of what's happening to kids, and you want to stop what's happening to kids, and then you get to do things to the kids. Right, Aaron?
That's what I've heard.
I mean, listen. Do you want things to just be happening to kids? No.
No.
Do you want to stop things from happening to kids? You
Yes.
betcha. Do you want to then do things to the kids now that you have the kids? I'm going to say yeah.
The producer might agree with you.
You
I'm
still
gonna
have
say-
you still have 11 minutes left of this review.
I'm going to say yeah. Listen, Sound of Freedom, it is a what to do, what not to do situation, okay? You watch the movie about the bank robbers. Bank robbers get caught. If you're a bank robber watching the movie, you're a little smarter as a bank robber. You know what not to do. Sound of Freedom, get at me. You know, Sound of Freedom, they didn't use any real kids in Sound of Freedom. It's all CGI kids or little people dressed like kids.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who really take a beating. When you see a kid getting molested within an inch of their life, it's actually a 34-year-old woman who's small, who's wearing a wig to look like a young boy.
Yep.
And then the other kids are CGI.
Yep.
But it is, when are we going to get our child molestation on a global scale movie with practical effects?
You know,
Like they used to do it back in the day.
maybe after the new SAG deal.
These child molester movies with digital effects, they don't have the soul. You look into the eyes look different now. That's all I'm saying.
What does this have to do with the very stimulating proposal that emails are not a thing?
They are a thing.
I mean, the zeros and the ones. Did you consider the digital zeros and the ones?
What do you think emails are made out of?
digital zeros and ones.
That's right.
Creating a language that we've just all decided to accept, but you could just say it's just it's nothing. It's nonsense.
Everything here is wrong and flawed. It's like the opposite of the sound of freedom of emails, which are a thing.
They are.
Aaron, when does Sound of Freedom come out on demand?
Soon, I hope.
I mean, it can't come soon enough, can it?
No.
I just hope that all our kids are safe between now and when it comes out, and you can see it as a family.
Yeah. What if a kid sees it and then they can defend themselves?
What if you have it set up so that if there is an alarm that goes off in your house, it doesn't play an alarm sound, it plays Sound of Freedom from the beginning. Ooh. And you sit and watch Sound of Freedom, and by the end, you know what you should be doing.
It'll scare off any attackers, that's for sure.
Oh my God. The Sound of Freedom, you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it in real life.
Yeah.
It's so fucking scary. But you can still dance to it.
Yeah.
And that was Email Corner. Emails are a thing forever.
And that was Email Corner. Diamonds around the world unite. Diamonds around the world unite.
You know, I would love to make a sequel to Sound of Freedom. I'm sure it's in the books, and they're circling my agents trying to figure out how to get me involved. You know what? Here's a pitch. All right, what do you guys think? Okay, we got Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom is a killer movie. It made hundreds of millions of dollars in a legit way. In a legit way, people wanted to see the movie, and they did. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Sequel, Smell of Freedom.
I was thinking Sounds of Freedoms.
Sounds of Freedoms isn't bad.
Yeah.
How would it be different? How would the smell of freedom be different?
It would be exactly the same movie, but just like between every dialogue, they would just go.
Maybe in like the third sequel could be like the Taste of Freedom. It just go through the senses one by one.
Yeah, I just want to watch Jim Caviezel walk in and go, "Where are the kids? Kids are going through hell out there. The kids, I can smell the kids. Let's get these kids out of here."
The Touch of Freedom?
Touch of Freedom's a prequel.
Touch of Freedom, I think, is where it all goes wrong.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
And then the Taste of Freedom. Did we do that already?
Yeah.
I think the Smell of Freedom's got to be next.
The Sound of Freedom? Did you say that?
The Caviezel verse.
That's the original.
Oh shit.
The look of freedom.
Yeah.
The sight of freedom.
The whiff of freedom.
We're just spitballing here.
Yeah,
We're
guys,
giving out free ideas.
Caviezel, use whichever one you want. You walk with God on your right-hand side. Jim Caviezel, oh my God, you're the best. Jim Caviezel, all the movies where you didn't play Jesus. What's up with that? Why didn't you just play Jesus in all of them? If you're an actor and you play Jesus, you better nail that fucking role. Because when you die and go up to heaven, guess who's waiting? Yeah. Guess who's waiting with notes?
Fucking Mel Gibson,
It's Jesus
right?
fucking Christ.
Shit.
It's Jesus fucking Christ. All right, what's our ad this week?
It is ad copy, right?
And now it's time for
Ad copy.
It's one of our favorites. We've been talking about Helix sleep for years. I have been on my Helix Midnight Lux. I always get the name wrong. Here's how you know it's the one that Anthony and I got. Go onto the site, you take the quiz, and then you get the premium. You get the one that's even nicer than the rest. Get the best one. That's the one we got.
Yeah, and then call them and say, is there a better one than that? And then when they say no, you got the best one, say, that's the one I want. I want the one Greg and Anthony have. I want the one Aaron's saving up for.
You also don't have to go to a mattress store. There's mattress stores all around in Santa Monica. Like, how do these even stay in business? Helix is putting them out of business. You don't want to go to a mattress store and try it out and do it the whole thing. They send it to you in the mail with a 100-night trial. You have a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new mattress. I guess I'm still trying it out. It's 4 years. I could change my mind if I wanted at this point.
You know, if you walk into a mattress store and try on a mattress, guess who else is trying on those mattresses? Homeless people. That's what they do all day. They go to mattress stores. Helix, you know No one's touched it except for you.
I sleep a little hot. It's been hot in Los Angeles lately. You can get a mattress that's great for cooling. If you sleep a little cold, then you can get one that helps you out there. It's a personalized mattress shipped straight to your door. It's free of charge. If you don't want to take our word for it, and you should at this point, because we are two aging men with some issues, back issues, and this is the bed we trust. It's important to us. You can also trust GQ, Wired Magazine, the #1 mattress picked by both GQ and Wired. Helix is offering up to 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/JRVP. helixsleep.com/JRVP. This is their best offer yet. It will not last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. helixsleep.com/JRVP.
And that was
Ad copy.
one ad this week. We're basically doing this for free.
Stop.
We're basically showing up, waving hi to Billy, giving Helix a shout out, and then going home. We're losing money on this. If you look at what we're putting into the social media, this is love of the game. This is love of the game. I don't want any complaints unless you're complaining that it wasn't longer, that we didn't go into this part of the specific part of the episode for a longer period of time where it was just Anthony talking and not circling any sort of a point or getting towards anything. We just want to get the headlines, and he is flat out refusing.
We could just go back to playing Hole in My Dick. Like the different versions.
There's a hole in my dick. Yeah, yeah. There's a hole in my dick. Yeah, yeah. There's a hole in my dick from where God tried to suck out the poison. Like, it's a banger. It's a banger.
Liz fucking loves it.
Play it at the sporting events. Play it at the All-Star game. Aaron, can you sing it right now?
There's a hole in my dick.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a hole in my dick.
Yeah, yeah.
Swear God tried to suck out the poison. Is that right?
You gotta say there's a hole in my dick one more time.
Oh,
man.
sorry. Shit.
The hard part is there's a hole in my dick from where God tried to suck out the
From
poison.
where God.
But listen, once you get it, you never lose it. It's like riding a bicycle into hell. Yeah. And now, it's time for headlines. What do we got?
Let's get the headlines. Let's get the headlines. Let's get the headlines.
You know, here's a funny story. If you're watching the YouTube, I'm wearing a green 4-leaf clover Comedy Store t-shirt that I got a long time ago, years ago. This was given to me, and I heard this was the most comfortable one they had. High quality, comfortable stuff, and I got it. And I was like, I never wear this one. I'm always thinking, oh, it's not St. Patrick's Day. I don't know when that is. When's that? March?
Yeah.
That's fucking forever from now. That was forever ago. So I thought I'll throw it on today. And you know what? It is comfy. It does look good.
I'm wearing a t-shirt for the first time that I think I bought specifically for JRVP. You can subscribe to YouTube, Anthony's YouTube page, and check out my Jerry Kelman shirt.
That's a great shirt.
I don't know if it fits well.
The quality's bad.
The quality's bad, but it says "you little slime puppy" at the bottom.
Yeah,
that's what really.
It's cute. It's not as good as my Che Diaz shirt from a couple weeks ago. It's nice, but yeah, it's blurry. It's done badly. I've got actually the merch. My merch for my tour again. Tour starts. I don't know when this is airing. Aaron, when is this airing? Fucking November of 2024.
It's airing in September, right after September 11th.
Yeah. So anyway, if people came to see me that first weekend, New Orleans, Dallas, Austin, you were able to buy merch for the first time. We got the merch. I ordered a bunch of it. You can buy it at the venue. We're doing a QR code. We go up. You just scan the QR code. You can buy your shirts. I'm paying for shipping. So you can get them. I don't have to touch the shirts, but we did get them in. My manager said they're great quality. They're really cool. I'm excited to get them and have them, and they are dope. So I don't know if there's going to be a way to get them if you're not at the shows. We'll figure it out. But get to the show. Again, the shows are so good.
And you could wear the old JRVP shirts that we used to sell. My friend Dave, your rival, on in my wedding party, said he saw a JRVP shirt in the wild in Boston.
Listen, they're worth something now. They're collector's pieces.
All right, our first headline is a banger. It's everyone's favorite rapper, Flo Rida. It's everyone's favorite moment, really, at the Celebrate Erie Festival in Pennsylvania is the moment when Flo Rida plays low. Really, any festival is always made better by Flo Rida playing low, and the place just goes nuts. But this year, Flo Rida upped the ante by crowd surfing during the song with the baby in one arm, and it really divided up the internet. It's tough. We had the whole Trump thing. Now we've got this Flo Rida baby thing. People are very upset that he put this baby in danger in their minds by carrying him while he was crowd surfing. Other people thought it was cool that he was holding the baby up like Simba at one point.
So what was it? First of all, I'm going to correct you here. It's pronounced Florida. It's Florida. Am I wrong about that?
That's how it's spelled.
Florida. Were people at the Florida show into it? Because that's what you can watch a video and be like, oh, that looks dangerous, but in the moment, everyone's like, yeah.
I think they were into it. We do have some pictures if you want to take a look, but
I wish we could just if this was you're seeing clips right now. There's some pictures of here, but if you go to the Patreon, we show you a 5-minute clip of the movie Mother with Jennifer Lawrence and
Javier
Bardem, where there is a crowd surfing baby. We show that clip and it's very, very funny. You got to go to the Patreon. And enter your credit card information, and then you can see it. But here we have a picture of Florida.
I mean, considering that the entire audience has their phone up to capture this moment of Florida with the baby while he crowd surfs during Low, one of the great bangers of the last 20 years.
And is he holding the mic to the baby like, hey, baby, what do you have to say about this?
I mean, the baby, I guess, is singing along at various points. It's more, to me, it's a little closer to a toddler. If I had to guess,
that's a baby.
Probably like 14 months old.
That's a baby.
Yeah.
That's definitely a baby.
What do you think? Aaron, you're a parent. I don't trust Anthony's opinion on anything.
He could be 8 months, 10 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy on the left is way older. So if it's Florida's baby,
it's not his baby. No, I think he was crowd surfing. Someone held their baby up while he was crowd surfing, and then he just took the baby.
Then anything goes. The people should be happy that Florida didn't throw the baby up as high as he could, because you're allowed to do that in the mosh pit.
Right.
You're allowed to tear that pit.
We have another photo, which later in the concert, he actually brought the baby back up on stage, I believe, and he held the baby up there too. So I thought that was exciting. But people on TikTok, on Instagram, are saying this is not safe. This is what kind of parent is bringing their baby to such a crazy activity like the Celebrate Erie, Pennsylvania Festival?
I'll tell you, first of all, the baby probably brought them. Secondly, here's my problem with this. Here's my issue. No earplugs for the baby.
Yeah.
You put those headphones in the baby, bring your baby to a concert. No earplugs in the baby. I'm worried about the baby the whole time. I don't think it's Flo Rida, Florida, grabbing babies, made sure the baby was safe. Flo Rida is kind of like a JT Snow situation. Mm-hmm. Running across home plate, grabbing Dusty Baker's kid. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know Snow Informer, the Canadian rapper.
JT Snow, running across home plate. Dusty Baker's little kid is the bat boy. He picks him up. The kid almost gets destroyed. It was a great moment in baseball history. To this day, that kid I think plays in the major leagues.
He's in the minors, yeah.
He's in the minor leagues, yeah. And talks to JT Snow every day. They kiss on the lips when they are in the same stadium.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm okay with this. If it's Flo Rida's baby, then it's even cooler. Someone brings Flo Rida.
I don't think it's Flo Rida's baby.
Flo Rida did his best.
It's not his baby.
Did his best with the random baby. Cover up that baby's ears. cover up that
Right. Well, any issue with the fact that the song classic lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not as good as "Hole in My Dick."
No.
But it's similar in terms of it's really focused on the shorty getting low, 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 low. It doesn't really scream baby to me. You know, he's talking about the lady with the apple bottom jeans, the boots with the fur. That's not really making me think little baby. Why is he singing that to a baby? The whole club's looking at her. She hit the floor.
I don't see what your problem is with that. That's not my problem.
They say Shorty got low. How are you? Can you be sure that Shorty isn't a baby?
I guess.
Babies are short.
So what puts this in context a little bit? It's not his baby, but he has been in the news. This is a little separate, but a little extra headline for you, for being behind on medical and tuition payments for his disabled son with his ex-girlfriend. Who fell out of a 5th-story Jersey apartment window 6 months ago. So this was a lot of things I learned about Flo Rida.
Well, at least the story has a happy ending. There's a hole in my dick. There's a hole in my dick.
Let's step it up, Flo Rida. Let's make it right.
Let's
make it right with the kids.
I like when artists have one song and they just go around and play that song wherever anyone will pay them $10,000 to play the song, and that's just what they do. They have fun.
Another shocking thing of this whole story that I found out was that he won like an $80 million. His ex-girlfriend's upset because he's not paying for the kid after winning some $80 million payment that like someone was, that some company was playing his song without permission. He got fucking $80 million at it. Flo Rida. Yet he's still playing Erie.
If I'm Flo Rida, I'm not giving my money to some kid who couldn't stay inside the windows. You know where the windows end and when life begins, and you didn't do it. You're gonna get low. Oh yeah, you're gonna get low.
The pilot of a hot air balloon that crashed in New Mexico. I think a story that we might have talked about back when it actually happened. Now I'm having flashbacks.
I know, it's tough.
Was on coke and weed when he hit the power lines, sending all 5 people aboard, including himself, plummeting 100 feet to their deaths. This actually happened 2 years ago, but investigators finally cracked the case. He was high and on coke at the time. A 62-year-old pilot in Albuquerque.
Okay, everybody died. Let's Aaron, if you want to make a joke right now, go ahead. I know you like to make your little jokes when everyone dies.
Oh yeah, we're like edgy. Ooh,
Yeah,
we're transgressive.
Ooh, Aaron.
Nothing sacred.
Aaron doesn't care that someone's family's gone. Aaron doesn't care that someone's entire family was wiped out in a hot air balloon ride. Do you, Aaron?
I mean, if your whole family thought a hot air balloon would be fun, you learned that it wasn't.
It was 2 couples.
Look,
it was 2 different couples.
2 different couples. They didn't know each other, which is great. I know they're pissed. I know they're mad the whole time. Hot air balloon ride. It's a tiny little basket you get in. That hot air balloon pilot, high on weed, a given. A given. Like, I'm not even going to flinch. But hot air balloon pilot, high on coke, you cannot hide cocaine in a hot air balloon. Both couples should have gotten out of there. Should have been like, no thanks. You are high on cocaine. We are all going to die.
Yeah,
marijuana, great. And those hot air balloon rides, you go up early in the morning. It's not a noon thing or an evening thing. It's early in the morning. So this guy's been partying all night and was like, let me just get a couple bumps to get me through the next 3 hours of being in a basket with 4 people. I think he was up there to take his own life.
Wow. That was an indirect way to do it. I don't know why he would, take their money and then crash his hot air balloon into the power line. Basically, they said there was no mechanical failure. There was nothing that happened. He just took that thing up and went right into the power lines, and then they all fell.
I think he was like, fuck it. He was like, fuck these people. Maybe one of the girls was an ex. Maybe she reminded him of an ex. They were getting engaged up there, and he was like, not on my shift.
They were married couples in the early 60s, and so was he. He was a 62-year-old.
I stand by.
And coke. He hadn't given up the party life.
They all went to school together when they were younger. He was in love. The pilot was in love with all 4 of the people in different ways. Could never come to terms to tell them. The 4 ended up pairing off together. Ended up in his hot air balloon. He could not take the pressure. Did too much cocaine. Saw the power lines. And did an Ethan Frome. He's like, I'm going to Ethan Frome it into the power lines. Done. I'm going to award no money in this case.
That's not the show we're on.
I'm awarding no money.
That's not the Jeselnik and Rosenthal Vanity Project. Chair VP.
Junior Vice
It's an
President.
entirely different show. Would you like to hear a statement from the National Transportation Safety Board? I was
What are you going to say? This is what you get for riding a hot air balloon?
I was amazed by this statement. This is part of it. Whether you are a crew for a pilot or a veteran in the skies, may the winds welcome you with softness. May the sun bless you with its warm hands. May you fly so high and so well that God joins you in laughter and sets you gently back into the loving arms of Mother Earth.
Let me tell you something. If my parents go up on a hot air balloon ride and the pilot's so high on coke that he runs them into power lines immediately, and that's what they come back with, is this poem. There's going to be 2 deadly accidents in hot air balloons that day.
Last headline.
I fucking dare you to eulogize my mom like that.
I couldn't believe it.
I dare you to eulogize my mom like that to my face.
I couldn't believe it.
Hey guys, the hot air balloon pilot got too coked up and killed some people on their anniversary. To make everyone feel better, here is Jim. Jim, you wrote something down?
It was like I don't even know.
Jim, does it rhyme? Okay, Jim. Yeah. Make it rhyme, Jim.
Our last headline is just a warning. Stop kissing your turtle. Like, stop cuddling your turtle. Stop it. I know it feels good.
Aren't they just slimy? Like, they're cold and they're slimy.
I know it's cold, but it's also warm. It's like, it's safe, but it also feels transgressive. It's great. It's great. But the CD says it's responsible right now for a salmonella outbreak that has spread to 11 states. And we just got to cool it right now. Stop kissing and cuddling your turtles.
You can't kiss, like, you can kiss them on the head and neck area, but not the rest of it. You don't kiss the shell.
You can't kiss shit.
Can you take the turtle by the head, pull it out of the shell, kiss that, rub it on your chest, put it back?
It would be dead.
Does it have the same properties as Vicks Vapor Rub on the chest?
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Okay.
You just got to stop doing it. 26 people across 11 states have been part of this salmonella outbreak. Is that even an outbreak, 26 people? I mean, it's across 11 states. But not only don't kiss it and cuddle it, don't even eat or drink around it. Wash your hands. Stop kissing. Stop kissing the turtles.
Why not just say cancel your date night with your turtle? Because why else have a turtle other than doing some kissing and some eating around? You want to eat around the turtle.
That's why you get the turtle. How the fuck do we have Wurzel back there, by the way, right now? We have Elizabeth Wurzel. No one even remembers.
Because you can cuddle with Wurzel without any salmonella.
And we could have had the beautiful painting of my turtle.
You're a victim. You killed that turtle. It makes me sad to see it, to think of all the turtle things you could be doing if you hadn't killed it. Wurzel is getting it done up in heaven. In heaven, you can kiss the turtle.
Okay, so next week's show, this is just a little preview, is going to be the mailbag. We're putting Seaweed back up for the mailbag episode. People can check it out. I wish it had been this one. I'm sorry, Seaweed, for what we did, but we didn't get cheated out of any kissing and cuddling with Seaweed.
You kissed and cuddled Seaweed?
We were fine.
I think Seaweed fucking killed himself. I think Seaweed was like, these idiots don't get it. How many times do I have to give them salmonella before they get it?
So we didn't get it. Although actually now reading...
Wash your turtle. If you're going to cuddle and kiss your turtle, wash your turtle first. Dunk it in the soapy water shower it off, and then you can cuddle and kiss it all you want.
If you're gonna have a shrimp cocktail, don't put your turtle in the middle.
Right.
That's where the sauce goes.
Although now I'm looking at the symptoms of salmonella, diarrhea. Yeah. All the time.
All the time.
Fever.
Oh yeah.
Stomach cramps.
Turtle fever.
Also, so maybe we did have it that year straight where we just were had that fever and we're just shitting up a storm. Maybe that was because of seaweed.
I remember that year. I remember that year for two reasons. I remember the constant shitting, and all the pictures you would send me of you and seaweed just full on licking each other.
Also, don't buy turtles where the shells are shorter than 4 inches, and buy them from a reputable pet store. The CDC warns only disreputable pet stores sell turtles with shells shorter than 4 inches. If they're shorter than 4 inches, they're just walking salmonella. Don't eat or drink around it.
Is that true?
I didn't know that.
4-inch turtle shells. So if they're bigger than 4 inches,
basically,
cool.
Don't sell little baby turtles. I guess that's the idea. They're saying they should be
bigger than 4. Take it home. Shorter than 4, leave it alone.
Yeah, bigger than 4, you're gonna score. Shorter than 4, well, I fucked it up.
Bigger than 4, no salmonella. Shorter than 4, look out, gorilla. And now it's time for recommendation station, Greg.
Did you take my recommendation from Sunday to watch BSI yet on Max or no? I thought we were maybe going to talk about it.
I put it on and kind of paid attention. Not really.
What?
Didn't care.
What? You're crazy. Maybe it starts a little slow. I don't even know, but it gets wild. BSI documentary, Max. It's about the high school football team, Bishop Sycamore, that a couple years ago, you may have heard this story, you may not have, got to play on ESPN, and they got fucking destroyed by this other high school team, 57-0, and the kids were clearly like not ready to play football. Some of them were old. A lot of them got hurt, and it was like, what the fuck is this going on? And they found out there wasn't even a high school. It was just a total scam by this coach that somehow convinced all these players and all these parents to invest in him and believe in him when they didn't have a school. They were a high school football team without a school, and he was just trying to make money off it. And it's a totally worthwhile documentary to watch because it blew my mind at the levels of like ways you could lie about everything and get away with it. Like the things he thought to lie about, no one had ever thought to lie about before. To just have a totally pretend school that isn't even a school. It's very hard to wrap your mind around what a scam is. But if you like those Firefest movies, it reminded me a little bit of Firefest, but for football. It was good. BSI. I don't like that you didn't watch it.
I put it on and then just in the background. I wasn't really paying attention, but I do like Fraud. I do enjoy fraud stuff. It's cool.
The guy that ran the fraud is next level and carried it. It's good.
My recommendation this week is a book I read earlier this year. I remember last year, I believe I recommended, maybe the year before, a book called Shuggie Bain by Douglas Stewart. It was a Scottish book about just what hell it would be like growing up to a single alcoholic mother as a gay young man in Ireland. Young Mungo is Douglas Stewart's follow-up book. It's a fun title, Young Mungo. If you liked Shuggie Bain, wanted Shuggie Bain to be exactly the same, only a couple more people get killed, Young Mungo is the book for you. I liked Shuggie Bain. A lot of people did. I like Young Mungo just as much. I would say it's like 10% less gay and 30% more violent, which I'm down. I'm down for. I like Shuggie Bain. I like Young Mungo just as much. That's Young Mungo, Mungo, by Douglas Stewart. You'll thank me. Aaron, any recommendation this week?
No, got nothing.
Aaron, you got to watch The Flash.
Oh, God.
You got to see how much that fucking thing sucks.
All right, I'll do it for you.
Thank you. It fucking sucks. And now, Walker, get us out of here with the southern accent I love so well.
Whoa, Nelly Potato, that's a spicy meatball.